We finally get a here we go for Timo Werner. And where is he going? I'll let you know. But Callum Hudson-Odoi has asked to leave Chelsea. No, it's not on a permanent, but it's on a loan, and I think it's time for him to go. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and today I've got a jam-packed video for you guys. Number one, we are gonna review Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea win, get 3 points, excellent 3 points, but the performance was disastrous. When I break this performance down, you guys are gonna feel my pain because I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I ended up watching the game live. I watched the extended highlights on Match of the Day, and then I found extended highlights online to watch the highlights. And all 3 times, it was getting subsequently worse. It was getting worse and worse, and we've got so many good, bad, and a downright ugly to fill. So we're gonna talk about that. Then we are gonna talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi left out the squad completely, traveled up to Merseyside, and now he's asking to leave. Whether it's on a permanent, whether it's on a loan, it looks like it's on a loan. I think this is the right decision. And finally, Timo Werner, here we go. Fabrizio Romano put a massive smile on my face. Excuse the voice, still don't feel 100%. There's content and you guys need to deliver it. Let's do it. But before we get started, I need 3 massive favors, and you guys already know the drill by now. I need you to hit the like button. We're aiming for 1,000 likes on this video. I need you to subscribe because we're aiming for 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Anything more and you lot are absolute legends. And finally, in the pinned comment is my Instagram. If you guys hit it up, slide in the DM, ask your questions, and I will be responding via voice notes. Voice notes are a lot easier. Do not voice note me. It takes forever to listen to, I'll be honest. But it's a quick way for me to respond to all of you and make sure you guys get a nice response. Send me the text messages and I'll respond. But let's move on with the video. Chelsea beat Everton 1-0, and it's our first victory at Goodison Park since 2017, right? It's been a while, it's been a minute, and it's been like 5 games now. So it feels great to get a win. It really does. There is a lot to talk about, a lot of negatives, a lot of performances that are going under the water, and a lot of us need to discuss it. Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, where were you? There's time for that. Let's start on a positive note. Let's talk about the right things. Let's get into it from the outset. Number one, good. We got 3 points, people. Look, first game of the season is always like this. It's shaky and everyone knows, right? It's all about getting a double. Liverpool couldn't. Arsenal scraped it, in my opinion. They didn't play well either. So Chelsea actively went there and got the 3 points. What's from a Jorginho penalty does not matter. XG says we should have scored nearly 2 goals. I personally don't believe in that. I think the performance was stale, but the 3 points is all that matters. I don't think it's a coincidence that the new players in the team are the ones that are shining, and Raheem Sterling stood out. Raheem Sterling was phenomenal in every which way. Received the ball, ran the channels, absolutely held it up perfectly for a man of his stature. Really strong, low center of gravity, linked up play. There was one move where he got the ball, shifted it straight to Cucurella. Cucurella gets on the overlap, crosses it back, selects him out, he hits it, hits the defender, goes wide, should have went in. Raheem Sterling is going to score goals in this system. The only issue is how many chances are we going to provide him? He's not the issue. He is only going to be an asset in this team, and long may it continue. Cucurella came on, and Cucurella looked very promising. Cucurella has an ability that Ben Chilwell doesn't have, and that's those punchy passes, and we saw it. Tight press coming on, something that Brighton do very well. The triangles are on, quick development, gets the ball, breaks their press by a quick punchy ball in between the 2 players that are running towards him. All of a sudden, you break their press and you're through at their back line. And this was done on multiple occasions. Carrying the ball as a runner, comfortable 1-2s, and good delivery into the box. The guy had a great cameo. It looked very promising, and I'm telling you now, Ben Chilwell will have time to recover. He won a very good penalty by actually taking the initiative for once. But otherwise, Cucurella's performance from the outset was fantastic. For me, it was lovely to see Kalidou Koulibaly. Koulibaly is phenomenal. You know, a lot of people overreacted when Rudiger left. A lot of people said, how are we going to recover? Who's going to be there to replace him? Well, we've got him. We've got the kid. We've got a proper number 26. We've got another version of John Terry in my eyes. That's how good Kalidou Koulibaly. Good with both feet, good in recovery, pace, aggression, reads the game like nobody else. Absolutely amazing. And him and Thiago Silva, this is why I say real recognize real and class recognize class, because it looked like they played together for years. Communication was on point, hardly ever got caught out. No shaky moments. It was just 1 or 2 if, buts, and maybes. Great blocks, last ditch. He was fantastic. Thiago was fantastic. And it really gave me confidence that if we get Wesley Fofana, oh, we got a beautiful back. But when there's good, there's always bad. And the reason there's always bad is the first game of the season. And we're seeing Azpilicueta. And I don't have anything against Azpilicueta. A lot of people say respect the captain. Guys, Aspi should not be starting the first game of the season. Azpilicueta is a very good player to use sporadically. But we're already repeating the same mistakes. First game of the season, how are you depending on him? He's a player that's meant to be leaving the club. He's a player that if he got his way, he leaves the club. How are we got him in the team? And the only alternative to play in that right centre-back position was either Reece James or Trevor Chalobah. And evidently, he doesn't trust Trevor Chalobah. So Chalobah got dropped. Aspi came in. Aspi had a decent performance, but the problem was it's Aspi. He's not good on the ball. He doesn't give us that ingenuity going forward. And it's not his fault. It's never been his game. But it's a bad. The biggest problem for Chelsea is that we play with 6 defensive players. And people don't want to accept that. The wing backs, they're not attacking it. Reece James and Ben Chilwell don't do the job for me. They're not aggressive enough. The 2 midfielders, Kovacic, Jorginho, neither one of them is adventurous enough in their passing. Everything's recyclable. Everything is 2022. And in the front 2, in behind Raheem Sterling, we had Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, who were still on vacation. Both of them were in Dubai having the time of their lives. Nothing was created. They were literally just chilling on the beach with a cigar in them. Neither one showed any urgency, any intensity, any creativity. It was actually borderline pathetic. And then people tell me, why don't we create chances? Because we're playing with 6 players that are not creative in any way, shape or form at this moment. Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, both of you, where are you? I need to understand where they are. Because at this moment in time, both players have been borderline pathetic. Kai Havertz was not creating anything. He was on the periphery of things, very slow, very reactive, no urgency in his play. You know what? I've watched a lot of football this week. I've missed football, I can tell. Because when I sit down and watch so many 90-minute games, it's because I've missed it. PSG, ended up watching that game, right? PSG looked amazing. And why? Because everything was done with urgency. I looked at Liverpool. Liverpool didn't look too great, but they looked more dangerous than us. You had Diaz taking on the man. You had Salah trying to make something happen. You had fullbacks overlapping. It was just pure pace, quick moving the ball forward. Fulham looked dangerous. Why? Because they had a plan and they were executing it. Arsenal didn't look phenomenal, but guess what? Arsenal still looked like they had Saka and Martinelli wanted to make things happen. Odegaard passing forward as soon as he gets. And yet with Chelsea, with Mount and Havertz, we're just not looking as potent, as aggressive as I would like. A lot of people are going to say that's negative, Alex. Don't be negative. I'm not being negative. I'm being honest. And that's the frustrating thing. The ugly. And the ugly is simple. We're just boring to watch, man. Chelsea are boring to watch. And it's really frustrating for me as a Chelsea fan to say this. I preferred watching Arsenal, Liverpool and PSG this weekend than the Chelsea. The Chelsea game had me biting my nails the whole time, worrying that we're going to leak a goal because where's our goal going to come from? And surprise, surprise, came from Jorginho in a penalty. This is not acceptable. We need to improve something. We need to stop having 6 carry jobs, 6 players that are not potent enough in the final third, and we need to improve. At this moment in time, we had 1 threat yesterday. 1 bloody threat, and his name was Raheem Sterling. The rest, they were carried. They were absolutely carried, and that goes for Reece James, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Jorginho, Kante, and Ben Chilwell. No threat, no creativity, no ingenuity. It's boring to watch and I don't enjoy it. But that was the game, and now we're going into the news portion of the video. And the news portion of the video is simple. Fabrizio Romano said, you know what, Alex, you've been through enough pain. I'm going to give you some good news, brother. I'm going to give you some great, fantastic news. Timo Werner, Leipzig. Here we go, permanent deal. And this is fantastic. This is the type of shit I like to hear on a Sunday morning. This is the type of stuff that makes me very happy. This is the type of stuff where I wake up, I smell French toast around my house. I'm smiling, everything's good, everything's Gucci. But we don't know the price fee, but we know that he's agreed personal terms. I think it was a month ago Fabrizio Romano reported, and this is great because he's not been good enough for Chelsea ever since he came in. He's been a player that's been on the periphery of the squad. He's been a player that's been given numerous opportunities, and we know his level now. Doing the same thing over and over again and committing the same mistakes is just insanity. And for me, it's time to let Mr. Timo Werner go and move on with our lives. And hopefully he moves on to have a great career somewhere else. Natasha's gonna run through the screen right now because she doesn't like being on camera. But it doesn't matter. Let's talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi had the opportunity of a lifetime to join Bayern Munich when he was younger. Didn't take the deal, signed a new deal at Chelsea. Then he followed it up with another offer, where it's a loan with an option of 70 million euros to sign him on a permanent. Chelsea rejected it again. Now the player's asking to leave on a loan deal or permanently because of lack of game time. This is embarrassing. He needs to go and play football. He's 22 years old. He's hardly played any football. Yeah, I've got people consistently throwing at me. He's only got 4 goals. Yes, because he doesn't play. When you don't play, you're not going to have an opportunity to shine. The talent is in that kid. He just needs regular game time and you will understand it. A lot of you don't want to accept it. A lot of you don't like him. A lot of you are actually jealous of him. That's why I think it is. Because the amount of hate this kid gets is just unreal. He's technically great. The only thing he doesn't have is the burst anymore. And I think he's got enough attributes and enough tools in his arsenal that it shouldn't be an issue. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you all enjoyed the video. It looks like he's going to be going on loan either to Brighton or Leicester City. But more news will come out. And when it comes out, you'll hear it here first on the Kavkas View. Peace out. I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe as well. Bye.